Greetings, greetings, humanity. I'm Jim, and apparently it's 2026. Why did no one tell me this? How dare the calendar continue? Actually, I'm quite glad 2025's over. I kind of wish that it would have taken a number of things with it that it didn't, but, you know. One just has to keep plugging away, wishing for things as best one can. I hope everyone's doing all right. I am, I realized that I've been wanting for quite some time to jump back in here, but, there hasn't been an appropriate time for me to do it. I also haven't been feeling great the last few weeks. It's back and forth. Better. It's the same thing. It's the same thing that's been going on for months. I just, you know, as I have aged, I have perhaps gotten more sensitive to the weather. We'll just call it that for now. And leave it there. And, of course, where I live, the weather has no sense of self. I'll just put it that way. It doesn't know what it wants in life, ever, our weather here. But, you know, these things happen. Pope, greetings. This one is starting rough. Good to see you back with Frostpunk. Hope your health continues on the upswing. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's okay. It's okay right now, I think. It's just been... There have been, you know, I've been getting sort of it's that thing where it takes forever to taper off. There's still that tiny bits of things left still dealing with. We're getting there. We're getting there. Slowly. Megalithic slowly. But just figured, you know, come back to this because we finally finished last year, before the end of last year, somehow. I don't know how I managed this, but I finally managed to finish the Heroine's Quest before the end of last year, as I had wanted to. And so now that that's done, I'm coming back to this. So we're going to see if we can get further in this DLC that is... I own Frostpunk 2, haven't played it yet. Because I got to deal with this damn thing. We will finish. We will finish. I want to finish the DLC. I mean, they're already coming out with a new version, a revamped version of the game I'm playing now. But, you know, it'll be a little while before that happens. One hopes. I'm going to go ahead and reload our game here. Once again, this is alternate history, late 1800s. There is a snowpocalypse coming. Only one cold apocalypse at a time. It's an important rule. We're trying to limit our apocalypses, as best we can. Yeah, so, you know, just doing this one still. This is the last autumn, which takes place slightly before the snowpocalypse happens. The retropocalypse, happening in the late 1800s, where the world is covered in snow and you have to go and live by some generators. We're building such a generator now, in a place manned by folks from Liverpool. Global cooling has ravaged the world economy, reducing many to begging and fighting for bread. People have grown desperate for any job as steady income became a thing of the past. People who have to eat poor quality food for too long will become discontented. We have discovered this. I've actually been feeding them higher quality food because in this scenario, things aren't quite as dire immediately as far as survival goes, but we do have some deadlines to meet, and that's the tricky part. We are building the generator. We are in stage 3. The heart of the generator. We're going to have to build the core. And so we have 3 little goals here, little goallets here. We have to build the foundry. We haven't done that yet. We'll be doing that in short order, if at all possible. We've got in about an hour and a half, we've got another steam core coming in, and I'll be using that to build the foundry. Then we have to build the core. And then we have to build 2 support frames for the core. So I guess we're just building the thing itself and then building the things that prop it up. I'd have thought we'd do that in the opposite order, but apparently not. We have folks bringing in meat. We have folks bringing in food from out here. Is this our last? Nope. Nope, there's another one down here. We can go and hunt herds of reindeer down there. Currently we're grabbing fish from a mountain lake. We have another... we're 3 days, 23 hours. So... probably going to want to start... I feel as though it might be a good idea to upgrade this fishing harbor soon. We can't do it yet, but we will get there. Let's see. It's been a little while. It's been like a month since I played this last, I think, but I did watch the end of the last video just before jumping over here to try to resurrect some tiny bits of memory. Let's see. I'm gonna hop over to the left-hand side here. And, yeah, we have currently 69 people idle. One of them's an engineer, the rest are workers, out of our 245 people here, because we just finished part 2. They'll all be working again soon. We're on free time. It's, just before midnight. Things going all right at the pub? No one's at the pub. I guess they're closed. The pub's closed. They closed at 11:30. How dare they? The chapel still has... We've got another little bit to cool... I guess another half a day to cool down where we can use this again to improve our motivation, but we don't really need to worry about that right now. Our motivation's looking good. Until the next thing strikes. We've got a little discontent. Because we instituted after-hours equipment maintenance. For safety. We've got shift work coordination, work standardization. Because, you know, we're trying to get this done on time. We have our labor union isn't too angry about anyone right now because we haven't put anyone in danger right at the moment. But we can always reduce strike risk, the risk of them striking when the time comes. We didn't have to worry about that in the base game. I feel like they're going to put something in there. Let's see. When they do this, 1880s. That's the morgue. Let's not worry about that right now. Yeah, not a cemetery because we're sending them back home to be buried. Care house. We seem to be okay. We've got a few hungry people. We've got 10 people being treated currently. None of them in palliative care. I'm just slowly trying to remember all the things. As far as our construction goes, first 2 milestones have been hit. Third one, it's going to cost 25 steel compositors and 50 structural profiles. 25 for each support frame. 25 steel composites. So to make the composites, we need the foundry, which we can do shortly. Coal balance is looking terrible at the moment. Not sure why that's the case. They're still getting coal. And it's probably because everything's closed right now. I'm hoping that's why it is. There are sources of coal. Yeah, right now everything's at 0 because everything's closed. But, I don't know. This is still a bit of a deficit. I'll have to see what's going on there. I did just... some of that was because I had set some work to 24-hour work to get it done. So that probably had something to do with it. Let's see. I mean, so once we adjust all of that, the... well, actually, let me see. Ah, yes. Good, good. Ventilation. I understand now. Here, let me reset the ventilation plant. Let me turn the ventilation plants off, for goodness sake. We don't need them to, don't need to deal with that right now. Put them on the regular shifts. There we go. We don't need the ventilation plants running any longer. That'll probably help a little bit. Yes, there we go. We were vastly outstripping our coal coming in for a little while there. We have so much lumber. We need to make use of it somehow. We have a charcoal kiln running also, trying to help that out a bit, but we're probably going to need to do something to improve it soon. It will also, of course, provides a bunch of coal every day. This is our steel. It lists the shipwreck, but I would love to know how to get at that. It's just they're teasing us. We have 2 steam reloading stations, and only one of them is actually active right now because it's got a bunch there. Yeah, I'm still figuring out the balance there. Food balance isn't looking great at the moment. We may have to go back to standard meals if we haven't already. I mean... yeah, that's not looking great. Food balance has always been a little weird, though. Good God, the efficiency of the infirmary, I forgot about that. And as far as housing goes, you know, we've got... Still using just tents because we don't have to worry about the temperature right now. Only 8 people to a tent because, you know... we want them to be comfortable. They wanted to be comfortable. Alright. We have apparently 3 spaces. We have 3 spots open. The care house doesn't count. Okay. Let's see. For the generator, the foundry, yeah, we're going to need 60 wood, 40 steel, and 1 steam core. So once the steam core comes in, then we'll be able to build this. Let's see, anything else that I need to look at before I just let time happen? I don't think so. I think we're good. Right now we are working on innovating the process of making these steel composites. So we're reducing the material cost. And we've got these folks working around the clock, so in about 3 hours we'll have that researched. Which is good. Work! Work, damn you! Going home. Going to eat. Oh dear. More Other things. Oh, museum. Yes, there we go. Okay. Site 120, news from London. Great work. Great work on laying down the generator foundations. You're making good time. Down here, bad weather and crop failures prompted an exodus to the colonies. Those who stay place their hopes in the government's newly unveiled evacuation plan. Our company was accused of profiteering by opposition politicians. Pure slander, of course. Unfortunately, we lost contact with Site 120. We are attaching its coordinates and would appreciate if you could spare a few men to check up on them. Oh. We'll do our best. Okay, so we got another goal. It's Site 120. Send foragers to find out what happened to Site 120. We've got 7 days to do that. We are currently about 4 days ahead of schedule as far as on stage 3. We'll see if that holds. Well, we'll figure it out. Okay. What am I doing? Alright, let's see. This is a profiles manufacturer. How many profiles do we have? Well, they're hiding behind the camera, so I gotta move the camera a little bit so I can see 24. I have 24 of those currently. We're gonna need 50. We're gonna need 50 of them. So we're gonna want to make more, obviously. And it costs 4 structural profiles every time we want to institute a protective structure, which works for a day and a half. So we're gonna want to put people here while we can. It's currently listed as unhealthy, but it will become healthy once will become safe once the generators kick on. So let's go ahead and assign people here. I don't think we're going to need any more Steam exchangers right now. There is a thing we can do to speed up work using Steam exchangers, but we don't have that. You know, that's not the things. The things aren't in place yet. We'll get to that. Toxic gases concentration will fall tomorrow. Will they? Will they really? It lies to us sometimes about that. Search party. I feel like there used to be another way for me to navigate around here. Yeah, keyboard. Maybe that was it. There's our beacon. Our telegraph station. That's not it. That's not what I wanted at all. Okay, yes. So we can, at the cost of 15 workers, which we currently have available, 20 lumber, 10 steel. Sure. Workers' camp. We can see several tents up in a shallow depression as if to hide them from the wind. I didn't think this would be necessary again. But apparently I was wrong. I'm glad I explored everything else on this freaking map. It'll take them about 12 hours. See several tents set up in a shallow depression as if to hide them from the wind. Okay. Like, whatever happened to 120? Alright. So we've got them headed there. Do I need anything else? I don't know. I think we're good. We sent some workers off to do that. I keep getting paranoid. Do I need to build something else? I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of currently. Transport has arrived. Well, the answer is, of course, yes. I do need to build something now. The question becomes, what do we want to order next? We can order prosthetics now. We finally passed that law. But we don't need any yet. Might not be terrible to have some available, but you never know. Let's see. It costs 3. It says... Okay. I mean, do we want to have one on hand just in case it happens? Probably. Do we want another steam core? We can always use more steam cores. Because I know we're going to have more improvements coming up that will require them, I think. Maybe? Yeah, like the advanced reloading stations. Yeah, we're always going to need more steam cores. There's no escape. Our life is a long steam core ordering process. Charcoal kiln thermostat. Alright. Let's not worry about that yet. I'll wait for them to finish that research they're doing now. Yeah, I'm gonna wait a tick and order 1 prosthetic and 1 steam core. Because I've got to wait a tick for them to get up to the limit of 23. But in the meantime, we can now make a foundry. Heavens help us. Okay, we have a spot there. And that's it. That's the only space we have open now. I hope this is the last place we have. This is the last space we have to build anything. Around this, right, immediately around this place, because there may be issues. Let me just see. I mean, I think so? I don't want to have to start tearing things down. That would be bad. Okay. We're going to build a foundry there. So immediately using up the steam core we just got. And, yeah, let time move ahead again. Whilst we're figuring this out. Build! Build. This is a council square. It's almost ready. Okay, let's see. The default is dangerous. Two of that due to toxic gases because of, you know, the level of toxic gas concentration. Let's set the working hours to the reasonable working hours. Yeah, that brought it down to harmful. So once that kicks, once these ventilation plants kick on, hopefully we'll reduce it down to safe. So I think we should be good. Go ahead and put people in there and get them to start working. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Let's see, what was the other thing? All right, I was looking at that real quick because I was just curious what they were... Motivational speech. Oh yeah, if I need to increase motivation. I keep forgetting these things that I did. Yeah, these laws I passed to be able to get these tools to do things. So we now have all these places in range. There's nothing to do after hours. Ask London to send us the Sanger Circus Troupe. No. Everything was voted down. Half the workers should be women was voted down, sadly. Give extra rations to all welders was voted down. Address each other as brothers and sisters was voted down. Let's set up a cricket field and hold the Northern Championship also voted down. I like to see what it was they voted on recently. I'm just wondering if I hadn't put certain things in place, if some of those it would have been approved. It would have been amusing to see a cricket field out here. I would have had to have built a cricket field. Innovative process has been researched. Excellent. Yes, we're now at a point where I can send for... I'm going to wait a tiny bit longer, actually. There's a reason. Because, you know, may as well bring a person. Have them come with a person. Okay. So... Innovative process has been researched. Which, once again, that was reduces the material cost of steel composites. So that'll be easier. Safety improvements. I feel like that's going to be imperative. To improve the base safety there. I think it'll be okay, but, you know, let's just sort of get started on that. While we have the resources to do so. We'll start researching that. Move time forward again a little bit. Want that logistical limit to get up to 25, and then I'll place an order. Just, you know, one more worker. Just one more worker. There we go. Okay. I would like a steam core, a prosthetic, and a worker, please. That's everything. Current logistical means assigned to this generator construction site. I'm pretty sure I did all of that correctly. The order is placed. Yes, the transport is on its way. In one day. One worker from Liverpool, one prostheses, one steam core. So that way we'll have it on hand in case there's an accident. If there are multiple accidents that happen at once, then we'll have to wait for, you know, order a bunch of them, but, you know, have a little bit on hand. Okay. So that's happening. And I rechecked. We have enough bed space for one more worker coming in. And we have enough for 3 more workers if we wanted them. Or if we could get them. We want them. It's just a question of can we get them? And the answer is no, not yet. Not enough time. believe morning is coming up. Yep. This is what, day 22? Let me see. I was wanting to look into, because of the food situation, I'm a little concerned at this. It seemed like it was okay. We now only have standard meals available currently. Discontent went down a little bit for some reason. What are we currently doing in the cookhouse? We're doing hearty meals. I'm a tad concerned. Three times 8 is 24. Yeah, I can see how we're slightly under where we need to be. I may switch things over to standard meals for a little while so that we can, you know, have enough for everyone. I think, yeah, going to the advanced fishing harbor is probably gonna be my next move. If nothing terrible happens. We'll see. I would like to be able to feed everyone. Yeah, now the food balance is in the green. I was starting to get a little worried. Okay. How are things looking? Currently, we're at harmful. The shift is about to start. Do I want to suddenly build more agitators? Is that a thing that we want to do? How many agitators do we have around? What are we covering right now? Not enough. I mean, is now the time to put agitators in place? To encourage everyone to work more efficiently? It could be. Having an agitator outside the pub. Work more efficiently in the pub and brothel. I feel as though the message might be lost there. I'm not sure. Where currently is the, that's the labor union. There is a... Hang on. Where is the charcoal kiln? It's up there? There it is. I was just curious to make sure. Just want to make sure we had one. Alright. There was... Right, I was trying to decide if I want more agitators right now. One of those things where it's like May as well. What do we need for... Well, before I... go nuts with that. 20 wood per structural profile. 20 steel and 40 coal per steel composite. That might be a thing to worry about. We need... how many? I need 25 steel composites. It's like, just trying to be careful. If I am... these are the docks that bring in that bring in lumber. These are the docks that bring in coal. We have a steam sawmill going currently. The most important... I want to put an agitator down where it'll be useful to, where it'll do the most use. And I'm going to put it down here because that's... It'll get the foundry. But also it'll get these other things. But I don't want to just be spending steel willy-nilly here. This is 20 steel, 40 coal. So I can put in an order for 3 right now. It's also a lot of coal. Maybe I should put another agitator over by the dock that brings in the coal. Structural profiles, though, we need basically another 26 of them at least. I'm gonna put in an order for half that for now, and we'll see how this goes. As you can see, it reduces the amount from what we have. But I can always change the numbers again if I need to. If I need some of that back.
Get moving, workers. You work for yourself now.
Congratulations. Let's see. How are we doing? Currently we're at 118% and safe. Good. Because of these ventilation plants. Also safe here. So... no risk of strike currently. Although it says no risk of strike. It might lie to us. We'll see how this goes. All right, storage limit was reached. What we need are more people. More people gathering lumber, but, you know, our ability to store lumber isn't so great. See them going into the foundry. Look at it. In all of its glory. Manufacturing steel composites. It's only 10 a.m. We've got a bunch more steel. That's encouraging. In fact, that's so encouraging, I'm going to build another agitator. Why not? Why not, Jim? Actually wondering if I should just spring to put one down here so that the people gathering coal down here are properly agitated. Let's see. No! Hang on. There. All right. We're about to have the safety improvements set up on this, which is good. So the foundry, work safety at the foundry improves by 1 level, which helps. I mean, we see it there. That helps. Now, I mean, we could use some advanced reloading stations, but we need people for those, and that kind of is... I worry that we're hitting a point where we're going to have too many people for the amount of food that we're bringing in. We're not going to be able to afford to feed everybody. That's one of the reasons why I've been okay having everything come in slowly. It's a thing to figure out. But I think, yeah, safety demands safety, and, you know, survival might perhaps demand that we get the advanced fishing harbor at this point. So, yeah, we can research that. So that we can then, you know, fish responsibly. Or, if not responsibly, fish more. We still having issues with our loading of things? Yes, no? Perhaps. Ah. Well, efficiency is up. 143% in these places. I need more reloading stations, but I don't have the steam cores for it. That's the thing. More and better reloading stations. Foragers have reached the workers' camp. Dozens of workers eye us suspiciously as we approach. They're a pitiful sight, starving and dressed in rags which don't cover their injuries. Remember what I said about more people a moment ago? And being worried about being able to feed them all? There are survivors here. Okay. Runaway workers. Apparently we've also discovered another site. The workers tell us about Site 120, where they toiled in inhuman conditions under their slave-driving boss until they had had enough and ran away one night. They beg us not to betray them if we visit their site. They're starved and about half of them are sick. They won't survive alone in the wilderness. Leave them is the first choice. We will leave the workers to their fate, lead them to our camp. Foragers will set out toward 50 workers! Jesus! That's more than we can feed, probably. We could use the extra hands soon. I'm not going to deny that. Foragers will set out towards our camp, bringing the workers with them. Or tell them to stay put. We can return here later. This is a great question. And then there's another site, so we're gonna have our foragers still out looking around. Maybe it'll be more food sources. Good Lord. Part of me wants them to stay, but no. I think the right thing to do here would be to lead them to our camp, but we'll see. We'll see how things go. Well, they're gonna, in about 6 hours, we're gonna have 50 more workers. Yay! Bald hill, a hill with a rocky top, rises from the plain. We're still looking into Site 120 from there. Oh, this will be interesting. So when will we be done researching? In about 6 hours, we'll be done researching the advanced fishing harbor. They won't catch anything today, but you never know. We might need to put the fishing harbor on a 24-hour. On a 24-hour schedule. We'll see. We'll see. It'll require more workers if we do that, but well, we've got some coming. That's a lot of workers. I'm sure I'm missing something at this point that I'm desperately going to need to make sure of. We'll see what happens. Where are we? Okay, let us also... What's our coal situation? Seems okay. But it uses coal every time we try to get more of this. So let's see, we currently have, this is also under the camera, we have 8 steel composites right now. We're gonna need, how many are we gonna need? Hang on. We need 25 of them. Okay. I can also, I click the button and it'll show me how many we have. That's good. Okay. Let's see. Well, we did those 13 pretty quickly. 5, 6, 7. Do another 7. For now. I mean, with 154 efficiency, that doubtless helped. Oh, look, more things. Okay. This is a labor issue, I think. Hi. Equal duties. Union representatives berate you about inequality. We are making history, you say. We are mankind's last hope. And yet while these workers toil, engineers sit on their asses. Enough! Old privileges have no place in the new world, from each according to their ability, and they're perfectly capable to do manual labor. Oh, God. The engineers will not like that. Damn right, you'll have 2 days to pass abolition of privileges. I'll think about it. Discontent will rise. If I pass that law, the engineers' discontent will rise permanently. I have considered it. Ooh. If the engineer's discontent rises permanently. Don't know. We have so many more workers here than engineers, though. Early on, I sided with the workers instead of the engineers. But yeah, that's the thing, is that it passing that law lets you assign workers and engineers to places no matter what, you know. You can assign anyone anywhere at that point. The problem is that if you assign someone to a job they don't know how to do, then they're only 75% as efficient at it. It's an interesting question. I'm going to wait until this becomes a labor dispute. I'll use it as a bargaining chip. We'll see if we can do that. Hopefully this is only temporary. And we can take it. One unpopular decision. It's going to be unpopular either way. It's just too much. Storage limit on the coal reach once again, because there's only so much you can put in each pile, and I only have... Well, I guess I could just have some folks out gathering. Sure, why not? See? Only 14 out of 15 because I couldn't assign this last engineer to it. Just have folks out there gathering the coal directly, I guess. You know what, though? Why? Why do that when I could just build it? Why did I not think about that? Why? Why did I not think about that? I am thinking only in terms of steam cores, I guess. So, like, yeah, reloading stations take a certain amount of time. These are all upgraded docks, but reloading stations all require steam cores. But actually, yeah, let me, instead of doing that, here, let me put a gathering post out there. I can't. There's no room. I can't put it. I can't do it. Well, never mind. We'll just have some people out there until we can figure out how to make that work. That's great. At least the agitator will be working there. Who knows? High motivation. Yeah, that's great. We're gonna need another reloading station for that coal pile specifically. I'm actually looking at okay, so I can actually compare and contrast right now, right? A regular reloading station gives me 314. Hang on. Regular reloading station, I can't compare and contrast. I only have like 200 a day versus one is 183, one is 114, because one of them I have working around the clock. There's too much happening. Okay. We need those steam cores. Let's see, where are we with all of this? I mean, yeah, they've already closed for the day. They had one more left to make from the order that I placed. They're okay for now. I'll place an order in the morning. So currently we have 44 structural profiles and 11 steel composites. Okay. We need another 14 of these to get the thing we need to get. Get the support frame built, I think. Well, the core built. Oh, wait a minute. So we can actually build one. We could build the support frame first. Is that a good idea? Probably. I feel like that's a good idea. Then we have to assign workers to it, of course. It is deadly working there right now. And now only dangerous. Always hardest to work here. But I wasn't thinking about that. Why not work on the support frame? That's what I kept thinking. Put in the support frame first. Well, we'll see how that goes. And then we'll just need another, like, 6 of these to do that. Okay. How many? We need 30 people to do this. So currently 4 days ahead of schedule, but that's going to change probably overnight. I don't want to set folks' hours any longer necessarily than they have to be out anywhere. This is 24 hours currently. And kind of steel they're currently sitting on is significant. Over here anyway. Find ways to make this work. That time, move forward, Jim.
Shift over. Enjoy your free time.
I'm glad we have 7 days. I'm glad they give us 7 days to find out what's happened to Site 120. Wasn't expecting to bring 50 people here. Advanced fishing harbor researched. Excellent. That will take 40 wood and 10 steel. No big deal. It's currently closed. We may make it a 24-hour thing. Oh, I see. We just add what's there already. And that's 10 wood, 2 steel. Now, because we're just building on top of it. We're just upgrading now. And foragers! Unit number 6 have returned safely to the city. So, yeah, we need to house people. I just remembered we need to build tents. So we gotta do that. There's a lot happening right now. Okay, first of all, that research is done, which is good. So the next thing, medical mechanization. To get, we can get some engineers back that way. Won't need them right now. Boosted forager carts, they move 100% faster, which, I mean, would be nice, but let me see what else this entire tree, my entire generator construction tree has been filled. There is nothing else to research about generator construction at this point. So let's see, resources. We could research advanced docks to bring in even more than we are bringing in now, but we can't handle what we have now. We could research advanced reloading stations. But again, we can't handle what we have now. That influx of stuff. We don't have the resources for what we need to be able to do with all of that. I mean, I would only consider it possibly for... Well, no, to get... That's the thing. We'd have to upgrade the docks first for the steel coming in, because that's really where we have the... Well, coal too. Coal is becoming an issue. We need another reloading station for the coal. Okay. I mean, the forager carts going faster would be nice, but at the same time, not as necessary. Yeah, okay, so the good news is we don't need everything right now. Charcoal kiln thermostat. Actually, yeah, let's do that. We're going to need more coal. Let's go ahead and at least get that going first, and then we'll figure out the rest. Because it's producing coal, but perhaps not enough. Perhaps not enough quickly enough. Now that said, we will need... We have 2 steam reloading stations here, for goodness sake. There's a lot going on. Okay. Well, with these 48 homeless people, we now need to build housing for them. We need to build 6 more tents. And did I consider where I was going to put such things? Of course not. There's a bunch of room back here now, though, so that's probably where they're going to go. Let's see. Some room over here. I kind of want to throw down another chapel and bathhouse, though, if I want to create another neighborhood. Because this only reaches so far. Let me see where we have the most room. There's a certain amount of room out here. And also, like, further up this way if we need it. Let's see what we've cleared out over here. Not quite as much. More resources to get out this way. Okay. It's probably going to be over here. And a bunch of them are sick also. I should have thought of that. Did I? No, of course not. Our infirmary is going to be full right now. As is our one medical post. Yeah, perhaps I should have passed that other law. Were we thinking about that? No, of course not. No one's gravely ill yet. We'll get there. Right. Yes, of course. This is the interesting thing here is I have an opportunity to do certain things. Let's see. They are already serviced by a chapel. If I do another bathhouse, that's going to use coal. But, you know, it'll help. Will be a new area in which, hey, out of curiosity, you fit in there? No. Okay. We can get a bathhouse going for these folks. And then fit more people in around everything. That might be good. Okay. I'm going to throw that down there. So we now begin our creative building project. While I'm doing this, let me actually go ahead and send these folks back out to this bald hill. Before I forget. One, two. What do these require? 10 wood. And if I put this there, that'll get these. What is this little streetlet? Oh, I see. I see what happened. Greetings, Schmelzer. Hey, thank you for coming. we are trying once again to do Frostpunk. As I sit here trying to remember how everything works. As I'm back to doing this thing where I'm initially building a generator. Where we're building the generator. That little streetlet took care of that. Okay. I'm trying to come up with the most efficient way to encompass the needs of those who will be here, and I guess it's going to be that. Because otherwise it'll be that, which I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be able to fit as many people. This, however, might fit more people. We'll give it a shot. I can always undo it. Yeah. That's what I was looking for. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. There we go. That's what we needed. And now we need to actually get streets built for these folks so they can actually be here for all of this. Let's just do that. Make life easier. Yeah, that'll do it. Good. That I think works. That'll be just enough housing for the folks that just came in. Now, these patients are listed as going to treatment. I kind of want to wait until they're in treatment before I do a thing. We have 10 more that are not currently in treatment. And I probably should have done that other research. How close are you? There are a bunch of folks going to build here. Let me see if down here. Now we've got these folks going to treatment, not quite in treatment yet. Like we only have so much space. I hope you have enough coal. Yeah. It's an issue. Build. This additional neighborhood that we're suddenly having to put together. Yeah, several customers here. Okay. So at least the housing situation is about to be taken care of. Okay, about 7 hours, about 8 hours. I'm going to press this button shortly to use up food rations. Just want to wait for them to get in there. Okay, good. They could give an extra ration so they can recover faster for 5 hours. That'll help some. Ones that are here, unless we give them more rations. Why no, we don't have a hunger problem. Why do you ask? Advanced Fishing Harbor. I feel we should probably get that going. Oh, good. Charcoal kiln thermostat researched. Great. So, let's take care of this. Medical mechanization. We can make more. Just in case, you know, something like this happens again. I feel like this is the next logical move. Bellows. Even more coal. We'll get there. But I think the medical mechanization is imperative at this point. Seeing, you know, the number of people we have 14 people sick now. More people are getting sick, you see. It is an issue. And, like, a lot of these people that just came in also are sick. So I kind of want to get this population down, of sick people down, before I start, you know, assigning willy-nilly, but, to all of these things. But at the same time, ugh. Let me see our food situation now. I mean, it says we're okay. I am concerned, however. Because again, we're just doing standard meals. I would like to switch back to hearty meals, but we're not going to have enough to do that right now. They prefer hearty meals. But anyway. I kind of want to see what happens with the advanced fishing harbor, how much more that we get per day. 114 per day. That's considerably more. Is that right? Seems like we were only getting like 3 or 4. A transport has arrived with a worker, a steam core, and a prosthetic in case, you know, we end up with someone who needs that. Okay. Let me see. We're gonna have a temperature drop in a few days. That's troubling. Oh, joy! I guess winter's on its way. That's fabulous. Right now we're comfortable. If we drop to livable, I'm just saying, there may be some problems. Okay. Yeah, sort of on the horizon here. Kind of need to step things up a bit. We're gonna have to put safety procedures on, probably. And I don't know if we're gonna have to use protective structures or not. We have currently 10 steam exchangers. we can make some more, that will help. Alright, alright. Nobody panic. Because right now we have, well, okay, we have... It's workplace safety is dangerous, right? And the levels are deadly, dangerous, harmful, unhealthy, and safe. We have 3 ventilators, 3 ventilation plants, all working, you know, to help this out. So, the ventilation plants, each one theoretically brings it down a level, so we're just going to be down to a net of, going to be neutral. We'll have to see what it looks like when the ventilators kick on. I'm going to go ahead and assign people, I think. That's probably the only thing we can do now. Actually, give me just a moment. I want to see if we get more folks shuffling in. One person is still homeless? Did I miscount? I might have miscounted. I built the requisite number of tents. Oh, that's right. We just got a person in, but person just came in on the boat. Here, we'll put you right there. Got your own, your very own tent. Wasn't thinking about that. We need another steam core. Obviously. A steam core and a worker. We'll just keep ordering people that way. Ordering folks to come in that way and just, you know, keep going. Coming in at around 5 in the morning. Where was I? Digressing. Okay. Good. Good. That's coming through. So more folks are going to treatment. That's good. I think we're gonna have 5 that will be waiting on ultimately. We'll be waiting on these. Oh no, they're going to treatment now. Okay. Good. Motivation dropped a little. Guess we're gonna... Day 23. The balancing out of humans. We're just gonna assign a bunch of people here. We'll see what we can do. As we are working on building this support frame. That tent is under construction so that this one person will no longer be homeless. It's raining! They'll be happy about that. Oh, good. Toxicity went down. That's good. That will be helpful. Okay. Now it's only harmful. That will help. I think that might take care of, actually, what we've got going on. Yeah. Good, good. We're gonna need it. You know, of course, then we'll see. Then we'll have another planned accident will happen of some kind when it'll cut away. It'll go to a cutscene and tell me something terrible is happening that they've decided is another challenge to throw. But we'll see how we do. The question now becomes: I have 2 steam reloading stations. I think at this point I only need steam cores for reloading stations. So I should now be able to just do that. So this one will be for coal. Because we get in a lot of lumber. But we don't seem to have a lot right this moment. Which is interesting. Guess I could assign people over here if I really wanted to. Just, you know, pick up this lumber.
Get to work. Report all problems to the Union.
Ah, 11 sick absences. That's okay. And suddenly the amount of wood changed. Interesting. I did build a bunch of stuff. That probably has something to do with it. I went on a mad building spree. That's undoubtedly related to what is going on here. Okay. And a reloading station. That will help. Let's see how that affects the numbers. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's bringing in more coal. Still getting a ridiculous amount of wood per day coming in. Still 4 people currently untreated. Hopefully that will be taken care of soon. Storage limit reached because we have a lot of people out sick over here. Medical mechanization has been researched, which means we got back 5. We already had 1 idle engineer. We have 5 more engineers now. Because we didn't need as many. And I can, in fact, build another medical tent now if I want to. Which might, which will probably alleviate that issue. You just have to decide where I want to put it. If I wanted to build another infirmary, I'd need another steam core, though. That's the only problem. So that's the issue there. But they're only for the number of patients. Let's see. So now we're back to deciding how we want to handle this. I almost just want to go ahead and do the boosted carts. More coal. Faster reloading. More advanced docks. I guess it's a question of which thing do we want to have ready. I also have not been having them do anything over here. Fool! I could have them stand idle while we fix some other stuff. For the low price of 50 lumber, let's do that. Let's go ahead and make those. I mean, we may as well get these things out of the way. Be honest here. Alright, we're doing that. Unfortunately, not a lot of... We can have you make one. And over here, we need more of these, because I wasn't thinking. We currently have 12. We need another 13. Right? Yeah. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're out of steel! We'll get more. But this went down a little bit. Daily loss concerning. Yet another... What am I thinking about? I'm all over the place. Do I want to build another medical post? That's a great question. Probably. The generator. Here we go. I need another 25 structural profiles to build the other support frame. And right now we have 20. We only need a few more. It's safe. Everywhere is safe. That's good. So that being the case, I guess I'll go ahead and build another medical tent so that we can take care of these remaining sick. Medical post? I mean, one may as well. Build it right next to this one. Or I could build it over here next to the infirmary. Does it matter? I don't know. Well... It is going to be closer. This one's going to be closer to the action. We can get the engineers in there and get them staffing it. Figuring out what we have happening. Six hours, 7 hours versus 2 hours. I mean, might not even really be necessary. Okay, foragers have just reached the Bald Hill. Before I take a look at that, let me go ahead and get more and put it in an order for more of these. We have 20, we need 5. I can put it in order for 3 right now. For these, we have 3 currently being made of the... Oh, it says 2 queued. But this says 3. I do not understand their math. We need 25. So, at least 7 more. So, I mean, we can do that. Alright. Now, Bald Hill. The hill isn't very tall, but offers a wide view over the plain. We can see a string of dark spots not very far from here. Alright, move on. To Site 120. There it is. We'll be there in 8 hours. This must be the generator construction site the runaway workers told us about. Here we go. Heavens help us. The support frame is coming along, I think. Progress 45%. Time to finish 6 hours. It will not be finished today. We are currently 5 days ahead of about 5 days ahead of schedule, it says, which is nice. Another labor issue has arisen. Radical activists. An engineer known for his criticism of your official doctrine was ambushed by some masked workers. They beat him bloody and told him, "We're building a new world, so watch it, you fat leech. If you're not with us, you're against us." What do you have to say about it? I condemn all violence. Discontent will fall slightly. He had it coming. Motivation will rise slightly. I mean, we don't know these people well enough. Motivation will rise slightly. I just love that. We lost a tiny bit of motivation. I condemn all violence. For goodness sake. That was funny, though. That he had it coming was an option. No, we still have someone sick. Probably because he got beaten to a pulp. Oof. So this shift is going to be over soon. Seeing where we are with things. We just need 2 more structural profiles for the building. Not, you know, we'll want to have a more available. But if we have at least 2 of them, 2 more of them, then we'll actually be able to put the other support frame in place, which would be nice. This probably won't get done today. Okay, everyone is now being cared for, which means that this extra medical post might not need to be built, but I'm going to go ahead and build it anyway. Just in case. We have people at that wood pile. That are trying their best. So the reloading stations, let's actually see how those are doing now. I mean, we're well into the green on the coal. with these 2 reloading stations. How are these going? 'Cause there was this weird imbalance. 83 and 51. One of these is around the clock, the other is not. And I don't know if our current intake even warrants us keeping this one as being around the clock. We're going to need an advanced dock to really see how this goes. They're closed. We have the number we need, though. We have the number of structural profiles we need, it says. Let me build the other support frame. Please? Well, we can set it in place. And we're out of structural profiles. Yes, I know. That was deliberate. You know, signing that one law is starting to be very tempting. We could go ahead and just assign the workers and we'll see what happens. But obviously there's more to take care of coming. I don't know how I feel about this accumulation. We might be at a point where, you know, that's enough. Why are there 15? That's because it's 24 hours. But if we drop that down, heavens help us. If we drop that down, we can get more workers over here. So that, you know, at least half what we need already working on it, right? So, oh, in 5 minutes we'll be able to sign a new law. So, we haven't looked at the laws recently. Labor and administration. Labor, manage the safety and efficiency of your workforce. So, looking at this once again. Dispensary. Experimental medicine. Might have side effects if we want to create a dispensary. Oh no. See, we haven't started collective bargaining yet because we haven't had any major strike situations. Might be good having it in place. Selfless sacrifice. Reduces workplace safety by 2. But they work harder to get things done. Raises their efficiency. We have other ways of raising efficiency. Abolition of privileges. This was the thing that they were talking about before. We are all equal. Everyone will be required to work at anywhere they're sent, no matter worker or engineer. Which might help a little bit, actually. Anyone can be employed at any workplace. Motivation will rise slightly. Workers employed as engineers have 75% efficiency. Discontent of engineers will rise permanently. That's the problem. And again, we could potentially afford it. And again, the fun thing about this is that, and you can't see it very clearly, but it says People's Militia as a final step here. I'm concerned. But again, I have thoughts about doing it just to see what happens. So that's on the labor side. And on the admin side, administration, find ways to keep your people healthy, fed, and motivated. There are certain kinds of pills one can give them to increase motivation, low risk of death by overdose. Bare knuckle bouts. Sometimes fighters will get hurt, but evening bouts would reduce discontent. We don't have a huge discontent problem right now, that's the thing. And then the only other thing I could sign is company funerals. Which is those who give their lives in service to the Empire deserve the highest honor. We will send their bodies to England in steel coffins and bury them at the company's expense. It just means that basically coffins now cost steel instead of wood, which is what we are currently using. But sending bodies to London will increase motivation more. We already signed repatriation of bodies. But it hasn't really been required. And so we could build the morgue, but yeah, like, I don't know, I'm almost in a position where I'm like, okay, I just don't know how much steel it costs. But there's really not much here. I feel like I'm in a place where I need to sign any of this. Like, the most likely thing here would be collective bargaining. Which might be nice. But that's it. That's all that's left. I guess I'll go ahead and sign this. Hello. Greetings, Huberman. Welcome, welcome. You're just basically trying to decide whether to sign this law. We're going to go ahead and sign this collective bargaining law, I think. Just because it's the only thing I can think of that would be at all helpful at this point. Everything else is just, let's sign it just to see what happens. Which, admittedly, there is that desire. There is that desire, but let's put that off until later.
Listen, everybody.
Collective bargaining can be used to end all strikes for a price. Which, oh, that went up. Oh, that was controversial. Watch the representatives or they might sell us to the boss. End all strikes at once. This smells fishy to me. Yeah, okay, I can see how that might be an issue. All right. Well, let's see. We're now into evening hours. I'm actually now wondering, because the toxicity level went down, would it have been safe to do that? No.
Quitting time. Workers, leave your
Yeah.
tools in order.
Just leave them as is. It's fine. Boosted forager carts researched. Now 100% faster. Actually, that was... yeah. Okay, that does change the safety level. All right. So now that we've got that, mean they're gonna, yeah, now they're, oh, then now they're gonna get there in less than 2 hours. That's good to know. Yeah, we don't have anyone there. I'm just gonna turn that building off for now. I mean, I guess we could just put these idle engineers there, but we need people to build things. Yeah, no patience. Okay. We did that. Additional foragers would not be terribly useful at this point. I guess we could do it if we wanted. Advanced docks. I think that's next. I think that's next. We're going to go ahead and do that. That is a bunch of that. All right. I think I've hit a point that there's not as much to build now, so it's maybe things will go easier. We'll see. Or it's just the structure of the camp itself. Advanced docks. We can get stuff in faster. And more things. What is it? Spreading anxiety. Sir, people we rescued from workers' camp, those who fled from the failed generator site, are unhappy with life in our camp. They complain about workplace safety and overtime. They call the work conditions inhumane. They claim that our camp resembles their own too much. What's worse, our people listen to them and grow anxious. Oh, God. Well, that was a problem. Ignore them, discontent will rise. Beat some sense into them. Requires people's militia or security outposts. Ah, I see where that's headed now. Maybe I should have started aiming for the people's militia. Oh, God. People's militia or security outposts. Were security outposts an option at one time? Actually, those might be, yeah, it's a thing. Security outposts, I think, might be the thing that would have happened if I'd gone, if I'd chosen a while back to side with the engineers. I guess all we can do right now is ignore them and hope for the best. Yay. Discontent heading up again. More unpopular decisions. That's wonderful. Oh, yay! Oh boy. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure everything will be fine. No issues here. It's 2 days each time we have food rations. How is that looking now? Still looking fine. Fine with under standard meals. I am wondering about increasing the, let me see what happens. Let's see what happens when we switch over. Could not resume production. Requires raw food. I know. We'll get more. But, yeah, that puts us in deficit, so we can't, yeah, that's not gonna go well. That's not gonna go well. So what we might do is pull some folks from somewhere. And make the fishing harbor 24 hours and see if that affects it. We're going to need 5 more workers, I assume. So I will draw them from here. We don't need as many structural profiles now. You know, one more worker and a steam core coming. Let's see what happens when we make that round the clock. And we assign them to the fishing boats. Or fishing boat, as the case may be. Foragers have reached Site 120. Let me actually see. Right now, food balance. Advanced Fishing Harbor will bring in more. I don't think it's going to be soon enough for us to be able to... Well... we can do hearty meals if we have the fishing harbor working round the clock, apparently. Okay. This is a narrower band, I believe. Yeah. But it'll still do it. Okay. Let's do it then. Anyway, Site 120. Here we go. I am excited and terrified. This may be the last thing we do tonight before I dive off. But as I'm growing weary, just a little weary. We shall see, though. They might have structural profiles. This place eerily resembles our own camp, but destroyed by fire and riots. It seems that their generator was very nearly completed before it blew up. Search might provide structural profiles. Oh dear. So, Site 120, a tragic end. Oh, that's great. That's fabulous. Site 120 has been destroyed by a violent rebellion. Unburied bodies lie everywhere. We found no survivors. Peeking into the generator pit, we saw even more bodies scattered at the bottom. Judging from their clothes, most of the victims were engineers. We may have just let a bunch of rebels into our camp. All buildings are in ruin, gutted by fire or wrecked on purpose. We'll gather whatever supplies we can find, and leave this terrible place. Chaos! It's true. But they did discover some snowy hills, which is perhaps helpful. I don't know. We'll see. They had 10 structural profiles. I mean, that's not nothing. But also there are snowy hills nearby. The utterly destroyed construction site of Generator 120. We already took everything we could use. But while we're out here, let's check out some snowy hills. Why not? It'll only take 6 hours to arrive now that we've upgraded our means of transportation. Numerous footprints lead from Site 120 towards the snow-covered hills. Some survivors, or maybe perpetrators, must have fled there. Oh yes, we definitely want to go confront them. Alright, here we go. Snowy hills. I'm sure everything will be fine. We'll keep going a little longer. I kind of want to see what's going to happen. We got some motivation back somehow. Maybe there was a thing causing a little bit of a loss that was an issue. Let's see. Oh boy. Really should have gotten that People's Militia going. Okay. Our last hope. Oh. What's this now? News from London. Our last hope. Thank you for investigating Site 120. We were sorry to hear of their fate. Surely the workers you took in must know more than they are letting on. We strongly suspect that subversive elements are hiding among them and urge you to keep an eye out for dangerous syndicalists. According to reports from all over the globe, the cooling shows no sign of slowing down. With the other generator project scrapped, your site is now Liverpool's last hope. If the evacuation becomes necessary, you can count on us. Hopefully. Yep. I'm sure everything will be fine. Just fine. Everything is not fine. We have 20 of these. 21 will be ready by morning, hopefully. We're gonna need 5 more, and then we can start working on the core. Yee-hee-hee. I'm sure it's fine. Look, they're all having a delightful time in the pub. All 6 of these people. Supposedly. Let me actually look here again. 93.51. It is kind of weird. It's kind of weird. We're currently researching advanced docs. Okay. And it'll be another 11 hours before we can pass another law. I am now strongly considering going ahead and passing the all people are equal law. Just so that we can get a brute squad going as needed. You know, just in case. I'm sure everything will be fine. But you never know. I am going to go ahead and at least wait to see what happens at these snowy hills that they're headed for. I am a mite curious. Going home. Going to eat. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Work standardization was a problem for one of these folks, though. Interesting. You can look inside their heads! That's not like work standardization. I mean, how else can we stop from falling into utter chaos? Gonna get colder. Okay, we got the advanced docks and snow. Foragers have reached the snowy hills. I'm sure everything will be fine. Okay. Let's first take a look at the snowy hills before we start building the docks. Okay, we followed the fugitives into the foothills, but lost the trail here. The freshly fallen snow has covered all footprints. But there might be wood and steel here. Sure, let's take a look. And no new sites are getting uncovered, so that's going to be it. Abandoned burden. Snowy Hills, abandoned burden. Searching the area, we found some resources scattered around. The fugitives must have left all inessential supplies behind to lighten their load before entering the hills. There's no telling what happened to them, but considering the remoteness of this land and the harsh climate, they are likely to die of starvation and exposure before finding help. Take resources. I had 230 wood, 150 steel. Yes, please. And that's it. There's nowhere else to go, so just head back. Head back to the construction site and put them to work doing other stuff because we don't have any more places to explore. We've explored everywhere we possibly can on this map. So that's good to know. So the advanced docks have been researched. The next logical step would be to research the loading station, but we don't have the resources to start that research right now. Interesting. Like, we could start researching additional foragers, but what would be the point? Charcoal kiln bellows. Make more coal. I think, you know, I think honestly, we're gonna let him go home. Let him go home for the night, perhaps. Advanced docks, though. We can almost build some advanced docks. We don't have enough wood. Except we could upgrade an existing dock. Like this one. Actually, this one. This would be the first one to get upgraded. We know it would be. Yeah, these are all upgraded docks. Advanced docks, on the other hand, upgrade 35 wood, 25 steel. I feel we should upgrade this one first, the steel dock, because that seems to be the most troubling. Most troubling. There. We actually could do 2 of them if we have enough resources. I'm going to do the one for wood or the one for coal? I guess that's the question. I mean, logically, we should probably do the one for coal. Though I think we're getting a decent amount of coal in at this point. I mean, all it's really going to do right now is just give us a third pile to a third pile of coal, or a third pile of wood. And I kind of want to be able to... There are certain other things I'd like to be able to do. Also, what do we need? We need steel composites. We need 5 more steel composites. Those are 20 apiece. Unless I reopen these to make folks work tonight. An interesting question. Huh. There may be some issues with the stream. Let me check. Hang about. I think we're okay, but I'm just going to check something. I gotta reload something over here. Yep, no, we're good. Okay, good. There's an issue over there. Okay. Back to this. Let's see. Yeah, I actually kind of... yeah, we're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it. And, I will, in fact, give you the night off. As we don't have any more steel coming in right now. I don't have the extra workers to do it unless I want to pull them from here. Which I could, I guess. But we are still like 4 days ahead of schedule currently. You know what, actually? Yes. I'm gonna pull them from here. Even though we do need more just to, you know, help things out a little bit. For like, you know, protective structures. Help the safety levels out if a problem arises, which it might. As toxic gas concentration will rise tomorrow, whatever their definition of tomorrow is. But I would like to pull in a little more steel by the morning. We also go ahead and save at the onset of day 24. Yes, yes. Okay. We'll see. That cold snap's coming closer. It terrifies us. Building? Oh, the transport has arrived. That's good to know. We can. That means we can also we can upgrade one of these to a. Or actually, no, I can put another reloading station over here, which will be helpful. I will have to figure some things out. How much is, regular reloading station, 10 steel, 20 wood. Yeah, okay. Just so that we have them now, wherever we need them. We will now send for yet another steam core and yet another worker. Just to help things out a bit. One of each. That new worker that came in to work on this support frame. Some discontent just went down. I guess something wore off. We are going to have a bunch of stuff coming in, so actually we'll be okay there. Should have thought about that. That's okay. Okay. We now have the advanced docks, which just means a third pile is going to, of steel is going to show up that we don't have the ability to harvest yet. We'll get there. Probably should have saved that steam core for this.
Workers, your shift is on.
You got some workers back. Probably because I don't know why. I'm going to shut down those. I'm going to put those back to regular shifts. Not that that's too big a deal, but it will give me some workers back. Over here, the foundry is going. I will need to queue up just a couple more, but I can now also put those workers here. I don't really need anyone here right now. Actually, I kind of do, but it will take a while. There's a lot happening. So let us see. Safe? Safe? Yes. Good, good. Okay, one left. And then we will need... Then I will look at the chart one more time. Efficiency right now is 105. We've got 3 hours and this will be done. This is going to take 16 hours, so more than a day. Okay. Let me look at the chart. 22. We need 3 more steel composites. And we'll have enough to start the core. We won't have enough people to start the core. But maybe in 3 hours we will. Okay, 3 more steel composites. Is good. Checking in on the sawmill. You'll have a good 669 bits of lumber to grab over here. Toxicity is back up to medium. Let me check the site. Okay, everyone's okay. Oh! I could use some steam exchangers to speed this part of it up. It's a good question. But then there's also a book of laws now open once again. Huh. Oh, this is a good report. The ventilation plants are making everything safe right now. I didn't notice that creeping up. One hour. Ooh. And then we have a law we can... we are in session right now. We're in our... let me see if I want to research something. Now that we've kind of got that going. The advanced reloading station, perhaps? We need a little bit more wood before we can do that. I'll get there in just a moment. Unless I want to start on the charcoal kiln bellows. I think the advanced reloading station is going to be a higher priority. None of these are a high priority, but this is slightly higher than that. We're going to wait until we have a little bit more wood. Yeah, Yeah, actually, before I sign this law that I am perhaps about to sign. Actually, no. Let's just go ahead. Let's just go ahead and do this. I have been compelled by current events. I've been compelled by current events. I've been compelled by current events to consider the abolition of privileges. This may be the only way to avoid an upcoming riot. Because this militia is looking real attractive right now. So I think we're going to go ahead and do it. Much to the woe of the engineers. We'll have to see how this goes. I don't know how high discontent overall is going to rise when I do this. But we're going to press the button. Just to see what happens.
Attention, regulations change.
Workers and engineers can be sent to any kind of work. Okay. Right on, the engineers need to be taken down a peg. But they're poor white hands, so I can't wait to hear their cries. Oh my god. Yep. Yep. Oh, there we are. Okay. We now have... They're still being... I have 12 idle engineers right now. The thing to think about. I might not see a spike in discontent until I assign them to a worker's job. This is almost done. The support frame is almost done. The core. The heart of the generator. Here the power of superheated steam will be divided into 100 streams and harnessed to run the pumps, light the city, heat its homes, and animate its factories. Let's get that going. We're out of steel composites! Really? I hadn't noticed. Oh, it is harmful. Okay. Safety procedures on. To make it only unhealthy. And unfortunately, I don't have enough structural profiles to help out. Currently. So we'll see. But I can assign workers and engineers to this now. I'm sure they'll be very happy about that. And time to finish. Currently it says 3 days, 17 hours. I'm gonna use this to advance the work by 20% on the core in just a second. Let's see what happens when we finish this support frame. In like less than an hour. Also, did we not add the research yet? We didn't. Okay, I now have enough to do this. This is good. Okay. In an hour, we're gonna have these folks arrive. That'll help. Okay. That's ready, I guess. We got, yeah, 1 of 2 support frames are built. And so that means I get those workers back. I'm going to assign them to working on the core. And, just in case. Now I'm going to hit this button to supercharge it. I worried that might be a thing. Fire danger. Sir, a small fire broke out in the unfinished core. We managed to put it out before it spread, but this is bound to happen again if we do not improve the work safety. Additionally, we can build fire dampers inside the structure to limit the scale of any potential fires and the damage from them. Build the fire dampers requires 5 steel composites. I did not have enough steel composites available. Remind me later. We'll manage without them. Remind me later? Apparently we need steel composites. Oh god. I was not told that I would need more of these. Here. Let's get them working. I'm not going to be able to have enough of these. But we can get them started at least. I know I'd like to do something else to improve the safety, but unfortunately I don't have... oh, wait. I can do one thing. There we go. Now safe. I don't know why I didn't think of that. But that helps. Now it's just 1 day and 2 hours, it says, to finish. But that's a pure amount of time. The foragers have returned safely to the city, bringing them with them these resources of 10 structural profiles, 230 wood, 150 steel. Good. I could do this now, but I didn't need to. I didn't realize I hadn't done this with the hours. I was supposed to do that with the hours. That would have made it safe. I was a fool! Let's see. Right, yes, there's nothing else to search for out here. So I can disband them. And bring them back over here. And get them working over here. There. We got actual workers in there so they can finish the job. And maybe make this happen faster. There. We can have the number of steel composites we need. There. I think that's everything. At least everything we're going to need for the moment. There's always more. This is that third pile of steel, isn't it? Yep. There it is. You got some folks out here gathering. Hey, you engineers are idle right now. Go get some of that steel. Yeah. Okay. Just so that I can see what this is going to look like. Actually, wait a minute. Before I do that, anything else? Anything interesting else they voted down? Let's see. Cricket field was the last thing they voted down. Let's organize a lottery and send the winners on a vacation to England. Voted down. It's so cold at night. We need more blankets. Also voted down. Some bastard keeps stealing my hammer. All tools should be engraved with owners' names. Voted down. Wow. We passed a desirable law, though. That helped. Everyone's currently in a safe environment because I wasn't thinking. -2 strike risk if we use a bunch of rations for that. Good to know. We're doing pretty well actually on the rations, even though we are doing hearty meals. So that's good. Now before I dive off, I must look at this and see what it says. Even though we cannot pass this law yet for another, couple of days, I must see it. I must. Oh God, there's more. People's Militia. People's Militia will be established to ensure the workers' security and deal with the discontent. So, it's a People's Militia building. It's a new building. Labor union upgrade. Oh, it's an upgrade to the labor union. Oh, God. They just go straight from being a union to being a militia. People's Militia will reduce discontent. Discontent will fall slightly. You'll have to build People's Militia. Okay. That seems like no downsides. I wonder what happens here, though. Oh, God. And then there's a thing over here that you can barely see called Show of Force. That's another law you can pass. Oh, God. Yes, let's tell the workers they're in charge, but then turn them into a brute squad. I'm sure that'll be just fine. I'm sure no one will object to that at all. Only 515 coal left to gather over here. I wonder if I should put an agitator here to just give them that extra little boost of motivation. No. I think it's fine. We'll be fine. We're about 6 days ahead of schedule now. Currently, I'm now seeing. There apparently will be additional optional upgrades we'll be able to do at some point, possibly. I guess maybe if we finish early. We'll see how that goes. This is fascinating. Yeah, we're currently about 6 days ahead of schedule. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna leave things there. I think I've done enough damage at this point. We will come back and play with that. So we enter our glorious new world. We shall head back to our main menu. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, that was certainly a thing. Let me see. Any notes for my future self? I can't think of anything off the top of my head aside from just sort of watch as the chaos continues to unfold. Yeah, right now it's just basically wait for more steam cores to get in and build appropriately. Upgrade the docks when night falls. Do whatever bits of research are left that you feel like you need to do. But that research is mostly taken care of at this point. That's going to be it. I mean, those once the research is done, those engineers will come in handy. Always could use the extra hands. So that's pretty much where we are with it. I'm going to be fascinated to see what more surprises the game has for us in store. as we get closer to completing the project. But I'm very glad I was able to come back and play this. This was it is strangely fun and therapeutic for me to be facing a snowy apocalypse. I don't know why. But let's see, where are we? What am I doing? It is Tuesday. Last I checked. Yes, it is in fact a Tuesday. Good to know. Good to know. And so what am I doing? Well, here on this channel, mostly I just do, right now I'm doing video games, and every other Thursday, not this coming Thursday, but every other Thursday, when Lucci is available, my friend Lucci, he comes over and we play text adventure games together. Those are in the afternoons. And then in the evenings, I am over on High Shelf Collective, playing in their campaign of His Majesty the Worm, which is a fun kind of OSR dungeon crawling game. So I'm having a lot of fun with that. And that's about it. That's about really all that is currently happening. There will be more tabletop RPG stuff coming, but I just have to talk to folks, figure it out, and also have to make sure that I am completely well before I take on too much. So we'll see how things happen. How things happen. Hopefully all will go well. But in the meantime, this has been a lot of fun. I'm very glad to get back to Frostpunk. I will be playing more when I get a chance. I'll be once again bouncing between this and Stranded Sails for now, and maybe other games soon. We'll see. Just depends entirely on my mood, on my whims. But for now, we're gonna go say hi to someone when we hit the end card. Feel free to hang on if you're so inclined and say hi to them with us. In the meantime, folks, again, we are in a new year. So hopefully, we'll continue to work to make things better as best we can. It's been a rough time, but please remember that you are unique, and that is wonderful, because variety is very important. Just, to the survival of everyone in general. So, but yes, once again, new year, same Frostpunk. Please take care of yourselves, and I will see you all of a sudden.